All right. Welcome into the stream. Welcome into the video. I'm your host Zoo. Do Minecraft again today. I really wanted to do Elden Ring, but it's fine. Gotta get back after it. So I'll be working on a portal build at spawn, I think. Let me turn this mic up a touch. Welcome in, Ava. How you doing? But yeah, let's hop in here. Oh, hilarious. It shows like 5 people playing from my Discord. Or Discord in general. You know what? While I'm up here, grab some of this too. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing alright. So, like IRL, I work for a solar company, and my mom decided that she wants to get it, so we sat down and did that together yesterday, and that was pretty exciting. And then, like, we got her a quote and everything, and then today she told me that she wants to do it, so. And what's also cool about that is it means I don't have to worry as much once it's finished about running my PC all the time. That'll help a lot with that. And then where we live is really hot, so we can run the AC more during the summer, which will be really nice. So that's just general kind of exciting. And I get money from my job, even though it's family, they still pay me for getting to the contract, so I'll get like almost $1,000 for that, which is really awesome. It's just gonna go to like my bills and stuff, but it's nice to have a teeny little bit of a cushion, so. Let's go drop this off. And then other than that, just chilling mostly. Even just taking like a couple days off. I feel like I don't know what's going on in the Minecraft world. Oh, well, I mean, the biggest difference is that, like, electric companies like grid operators, they can basically just do whatever the fuck they want. There's not really, it depends on what state you're in, but like, for example, they were like straight up like committing fraud in Minnesota, and it took like 3 years of legal battles for anything to happen and stuff to change. But down here, they'll just raise rates on your electricity like whenever they feel like it. So that's pretty cool. And then also to not have to worry about that in the future. And also, like I said, like for us, we can actually use some of the stuff that draws more power a little bit without having to worry about it. And like for the sake of the value of the house and the money you save, takes like a longer time to get the money back, but you know, over the course of like probably the rest of my life, it'll pay for itself many times over. Not really something you buy and it's like, oh, this is super cool or anything. It's just more of to give you a little peace of mind and everything. Even since we've been down here in the 3 years, our electric bill has gone up like 10-15 bucks every month the last couple years, and it's just like, bruh. Trying to think of what I need to go grab. We need some purple concrete. Oh yeah. And yeah, I had left the gold farm running forever the other night on accident, and I have a bunch of crying obsidian we can use. Nah, I mean not like a lot of people know about it. Most people only do it like for the money and also to not have to deal with the grid operators, but also like my mom's on a fixed income, so it just gives me a little more peace of mind that she'll at least not have to worry about that moving forward. And it made sense for her right now. Welcome in, Joker. How you doing? Let me dump all this stuff off. I kind of got to get organized. I feel like I haven't played in like an entire week. It's just been a couple days. You alright? Good. With this vibe, yeah, I think glowstone would vibe. Where do we get that? Oh, I have some over at the witch farm. What other stuff do I need? Whew. What's going on over here? I need some glass too. I don't think we have any left over. Let's keep this in here, but we're gonna be right next to the trade hall. And grab this guy. Get this out of here. Not gonna lie, I really like Elden Ring though. I watched some videos last night and I learned that it really is basically like the draw of the game is that it's like incredibly difficult and unfair, especially when you're first starting out. So I was thinking like there's just no way that it's like supposed to be like this fucking hard right out of the gate, and yeah, that's like the whole point of it. And from what I can gather, it's like people know where certain OP gear is and they basically speed run going to get that. Like the main thing you get is the mount, but once you have that, the whole point is really to just go like collect more OP stuff and then go around and fight. I'm sure Joker's not looking at chat right now. Ruby, what's up? How you doing? Silent working. Well, hopefully someone can say hi for me to Ruby. I gotta get this out of here. Yeah, let's grab this. This actually might be more. Oh yeah, it's more than one choker. I don't necessarily want to use all of this up. It's still pretty hard to get, but that's like as much as I've had from all the gold I've traded, which is probably like 5 or 6 double chests at least at this point, maybe even more. Oh yeah, I wanted to get glowstone, but let's go grab concrete. Oh, god damn it. Whew. Yeah, I'd want to do one of those apocalypse playthroughs. This guy Forge Labs that I watched a lot when I was first getting into Minecraft did a lot of hardcore playthroughs with that. And it was pretty cool because I liked this zombie apocalypse one. He did so much, and he had it on his Patreon. But he actually like responded to people on the Patreon, which I thought was pretty cool. It's funny too because I asked him if it was alright if I like did the playthrough, not trying to copy him or anything, and he was just literally like, "Yeah, go for it. Like, good luck." Like, this playthrough is so difficult. I don't even think you could do it anyway. Alright, we're gonna go with the classic zoo color scheme. Just have like a vague idea of what I want this to look like. Oh, we might have to make some white concrete. That won't take long though. Oh, I forgot. Let's see here. Consolidate this a little bit. Let's drop this random glass off here. Yeah, honestly, I think if you want to interact with the streamer, YouTuber, you gotta do it while they're small. Ugh, I have to fix, or not fix this, but I need to get a bunch of sand out of here. Probably want to do the fog effect on this, so I can get this cooking up. Actually, probably be smarter to just get all this sand out of here right now and back for the concrete. Do this though. I made way too much sand. Oh no, you guys will be if that ever happened, you guys would all be moderators and be like part of actually helping me run it. Oh, let me grab a little bit more. We'll get this cooking up. I'm gonna have to come back and get even more sand. We'll go drop all this off at spawn, and then come and get this stuff cooking. Oh, I should have put my spawn there. I need... some chests over here. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to put it down there. Oh, I should... No, I took them out. Okay. I'll just do this for now. So put this zombie pig. Hold, please. Yeah, what I really don't like is the content creators that are like in that in between phase where it's like they clearly are having a lot of people watching and probably like making a decent bit of money with it and whatnot, but they're not like in the millions or whatever. Cause that one guy Jamal is really awesome and he's chilling. He actually like followed me back and is nice to us when we raid over. But I've done that with like one girl who would regularly stream to like 150 people, and she was always kind of a bitch whenever I did. Probably because it wasn't with like 50 or 100 people in the raid. Those types are the worst in my opinion. And mostly because I enjoyed her Minecraft world, had probably raided over, and this was when there was a little bit more people watching on Twitch every day, with like 10, 20, sometimes even like up to 30 people, and only came by to check out stream like one time. It's like, jeez. Yeah, at least for me personally, it's like if the person is interacting with the stream and enjoying it and consistently coming by to watch, I'm usually going to be really nice, and that makes me happy. So, like, you and Joker are newer viewers. I've had, people who used to be as consistent as you two are that don't really come around as much anymore, but I've always enjoyed having y'all in chat. Yeah. Okay. Let's go drop this sand off to get cooked. We'll do one more round of that with the shulkers. And then we'll get started. Ooh, I'm gonna have to move these guys too. I didn't think about that. Oh, most of them are already assigned. I was like, maybe I could make another trading hall under this, but I think I'm just gonna let these guys out and they can go live their own lives. You're free. Go and get. It's like the Airbud scene. Just get out of here. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just joking. Like, I would say whenever I lose this world, I'll probably need a pretty hefty break from Minecraft, but I'll always return. And also, like, there will always be new content and stuff. And after this hardcore world, maybe I'll not necessarily do hardcore or something. I don't know. Like, maybe start an SMP or something, but. And if like the channel were ever to take off, I would have to be super committed to Minecraft. And in that case, like if the stream did grow tremendously or the YouTube channel and I died in the hardcore world, I'd just start a new world. If it happens while the channel's still just like us hanging out, then I'd at least need a pretty hefty break from it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I really appreciate having you guys hang out with me. Like, big reason I'm still doing it is just because it's way funner for me to play video games, hang out with you guys, than just playing by myself. And because my back injuries, it's kind of hard for me to go out and socialize a lot. So it's definitely is something I appreciate probably more than you'll ever know. And I'm honored that you guys choose to spend your free time watching and hanging out with me. Oh, I should have dropped off the glass. What am I doing? And that stuff. That's alright. Oh, why did I put these so far away? Oh, please. Well, eventually something's gonna happen, whether it gets corrupted world file or I didn't think I was gonna lose the last one, and then the trial chambers came out, and I had like one moment where I fucked up, and then all of a sudden it was gone. What pissed me off so much about the last world that I lost is that it was so avoidable, and I'm usually so careful, and like the 5 second period you have where you slip up and it's just gone. It's crazy. I don't know, Joker and Ava, if you've ever watched that, but there is like a pretty short edit on the YouTube of losing the previous world. Let's see. Okay, that thing has lava. Send that along. We'll be back. You saw it. It's so brutal. Disabled death. Ugh, I gotta organize this stuff at some point. I can use all the shulkers I can get right now. And where's my fire res? Grab one. I do genuinely love Minecraft though. I'm a little surprised that I still can play it like every single day basically, but I do still enjoy it. I just every once in a while need to play something else. I am kind of torn though. I want to make the Prottle basically just like that one at the main island, but I also want to do something unique for spawn. I just like how the big concrete Prottle looks. Yeah, that's why I'm so surprised that I still enjoy it so much, because oh, I didn't really want to respawn there. I wanted to spawn at spawn. That's okay. It's like growing up, I mostly just played shooters and sports games. I'd like never played a survival game before Minecraft. But then I found that I really like survival games in general. Yeah, we just gotta get all this out of here. If I ran the concrete maker right now with all this sand clogging up the system, it would be a total mess. I also want to do a nicer build around this thing at some point. Holy shit, there's so much sand still. Put the rest of these down here. Oh, thank you. No, I played for like a few months on the Switch before I built my first PC, but I just watched guys who were a lot more careful about hardcore. They weren't like sweats really, so I think that's why I've gotten good at hardcore, just because from like my very first getting into Minecraft, I was learning how to be careful. Oh my god, there's so much sand in here. Bruh. Also, I'm not really sure what... Oh, because I never hooked this up again. Okay. That's actually really good that I didn't. Have poppers too once we're ready, though. Where's that coming from? Oh, those other hoppers. Holy, we fill all of these? Sheesh, dude. Need to kind of be able to access these, so this is long overdue as well. Okay, good. Looks like I finally caught up to it. Oh, beautiful. Alright. Pixel art. Well, I need somebody who likes to make art to become a fan, and then they can do it. Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually from I don't even know if he's still streaming anymore. I haven't seen his channel go live in forever, but this guy Craftington, who I was on an SMP with. Oh wow, I put my sword in here. He got approached by some. It is an actual real person, but I just look at all of them as like bots. They're like the people selling art all over the place. And he actually like went through it with them and got a custom stream set up and everything. I have more, but outside of drawing like the actual figure and doing an animation like that, I could do it with words. I'm not an artist though. But I actually want to move on from the stuff they made for me. I'd like maybe a different artist to work with. Because I think they did a fine job, but I also think that they basically... I don't think they did a very good job other than the little dude with the mustache and the hat part. So I have other scenes and stuff to use, like transitions from them, but they're all pretty generic. And while they did do a good job, they didn't really come even really close to what I tried to describe to them, but that's not necessarily their fault. And they were great. I mean, I could always get in touch with them if I had questions. It was also like just really expensive. It was like $400, so... What would be more ideal is if there was a... I'd still be willing to pay for it, but it'd be more ideal if there was like an actual fan who watched the channel all the time and kind of knew me a little bit better than like just a stranger that you're commissioning. And I have a friend from college who I did ask to commission something, and he like just totally like half-assed it. He didn't charge me, but I was pretty disappointed that he didn't put much effort into it. I still liked it a lot, but it was like, bro, come on. I'll show you guys that one sometime though. It's still pretty good. You would want it? Yeah, please do, Joker. I'd absolutely love that. I wanted to just have Zoo moving forward though. I'm gonna change the Twitch name to Zoo.0 when I finish the Melon episode and make the new YouTube as well. And then this YouTube channel will serve as the like the VODs channel and the live stream channel, and then the Zoo.0 will be like more refined content, like the episodes I put more effort into and stuff like that. And that'll also give me a little more freedom to do like music and stuff on this. It'll be like kind of a secondary channel, even though it was the primary channel for so long. And then as much as I love you guys, the Twitch channel is like definitely dying from where it was. I used to have like 15 to 20 people in chat all the time when I was like a lot smaller, so like I averaged for a while like 12 viewers, which was when I was probably in my mind when the channel was doing the best. Alright, let's go drop this off. Simon was here, he'd be like, build something. Like, dude, we're just vibing. I also think in general people put way too much emphasis on whether or not it is like a monetary success or like having really strong viewership. Just because hanging out with you guys, like I said, playing video games is way more fun than doing that by myself, and I still get a lot of enjoyment out of that. And even if that's all it ever is, I'm still glad I do it. It's still fun for me. Obviously, it'd be awesome to get to do it full time or something, but I don't measure that as being the only positive from the channel. And I've had like a bunch of good times with people I've met through it, hanging out, vibing, like lazy and stuff. Yeah, when Joker first was joining the channel, I thought she was doing the long con, because sometimes I'm not as welcoming as I could be to newer viewers, because a lot of the art, people soliciting art will chat with you for like a few minutes, and then they'll ask you if you want to buy art, and that's happened to me so many times that I'm just expecting that it's more likely to be somebody like that than an actual new viewer. And then I did think Joker was doing the long con, because eventually she mentioned she was an artist, but I can tell that she genuinely likes the stream, so it's fine. Yeah, and like no rush or anything, just if you end up making something. And definitely do at least one that's just like stuff that you enjoy from the stream, like whether it's like little depictions of certain builds or other stuff I've done, or if there's something that you feel like is quintessentially representative of the stream, about that too. Alright, we should finally have a surplus of sanding glass after this too. Oh, actually, I don't know. I'm gonna need quite a bit. I don't think I'll need more than like a couple double chests though. Yeah, this is a lot. My goodness. Then we'll run the white concrete for a bit. Yeah, that's good. I think I'm a little awkward with newer viewers too. I don't really think I'm very good at the like streamer part of streaming, which is kind of funny to say, but I just like sharing my adventure trying to do hardcore Minecraft, you know? And initially I thought I was pretty hot shit, like thought that I was pretty well-rounded Minecrafter and that my builds are really cool and that like not a lot of other people could even do that at the time. But when I started, hardcore was still kind of becoming a huge thing on YouTube, so there weren't a lot of people when I started doing like mega builds in hardcore yet, but now like every major Minecraft channel basically has insane builds in hardcore. It's another reason I really don't like the blueprints and stuff, because back when I started, like nobody was using like Axiom or blueprints or any of that shit. And I think you lose a little bit when you get away from that, just because there's like no room for error if you're using blueprints, in my opinion. Oh yeah, also just because I think when that's kind of why I haven't been using the webcam recently, is just there are a bunch of shitheads out there that will kind of fixate on that, or I'll give an explanation and they'll still like keep asking questions, or like, you know, I'll get comments like, that angle is crazy, bro. And it's like, yeah, obviously, if I could like have a more normal stream setup, I'd like to do that. My back's been feeling like not better in the sense of like a major quality of life improvement, but I think maybe well enough to try to incorporate sitting up for like the first part of it, which I desperately do want to do, just because it's a lot easier to do like the first part of stream if you can be sat up and do like a proper intro and welcoming and stuff. Like mostly learn to not care that much, even if people aren't, or people are rude, and most of them probably are not even intentionally being rude, but I just don't like explaining it all the time, so. Well, I work really hard at it. I think next year I'll go back to the surgeon and kind of talk to him a little bit about it, because like I do physical therapy every single day, and I've been focusing on strengthening my core, which is supposed to help more. But at the beginning of last year, when I fucked it up worse, my like legs were starting to not work, like give out on me, or have like major numbness issues. So the last like 12 months has just been trying to mitigate that, which I've been able to do, and not everybody is able to get that shit to stop. So that's like a major win, but I would like to get more to the point where I can like go out and do things again, like, you know, just go down to downtown to a bar to like do karaoke without it really stressing me out or making me feel like shit. So, or like go on a hike and not have to worry about driving 20 or 30 minutes to get there and do the hike and come back. And I have to basically use the pain medication to like budget how much stuff I can do in a day, or what I can do day to day. And that's like probably the hardest part. Especially if there's something like I would like to go do and maybe even go out of my way for it, but then I'm like, yeah, but I have this other thing that's more important, like work or another, or running errands or something. It's like I kind of need the pain medication to get through that, so I can't really go do the other thing that I want to do on top of that or whatever. But bothers me more than anything more recently is just that the way some of the doctors and surgeons talk to you, it's like, yeah, I know, like, you can get back to all of this shit. And it's like, well, then why am I doing the physical therapy and still, like, in so much fucking pain, you know? Like, yes, it's tangible that I've, like, mitigated some of it and improved, but I'm still not feeling to the point where I can go out and enjoy anything, really, without it just dominating my decision making. But we'll see. I mean, hopefully. I've been dealing with it for, like, over a decade now, though, or about a decade, so it's also just exhausting. You're really lucky to be young still, Ava. Take care of your back. Do fucking core workouts now while you're young and get into the habit of that, because that'll just protect your spine for your whole life. And what really sucks is I do have the drive and the discipline to do the working out and stuff. It also hurts and is really draining. So, but like if I had the back pain more or less like go away, I would get so jacked. No, not at all. Once in a while, I don't mind talking about it. I just get so envious. I wish I could just go back to before it happened and have better habits and make better choices. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was a lot of lag. At the same time, I have to remind myself, though, that there's people who have gotten injured in, like, car accidents or other random shit that, like, actually do end up in wheelchairs and whatnot, and to an extent, I'm, like, kind of lucky, but also it's just, like, it still fucking sucks. See, that's even more reason to work on your core. I also just, like, even before I got hurt, I was starting to, like, there was kind of more of an acute injury with when I was snowboarding one time, but even before then, I started to have, like, some disc issues in my lower back when I was, like, 20, 21. And, that was because I genuinely probably had pretty bad form in all this stuff I was doing, you know, like, the shit you hear people say, like, if you do have to lift up something heavy, like, do make sure you're lifting with your legs and not your back, like, that kind of shit. Just once you get to, like, your mid-20s and 30s, it already will start to have an impact if you have, like, bad motion and aren't exercising or keeping your core tight. That's just good, generally good advice for all people. And then I feel like, I mean, I'm not quite there yet, but I feel like by the time you get to your 40s, you're just fragile, straight up fragile. Oh, we don't have to make
right now.
too much of this right now.
We are shocked and enraged.
Hello, Barn. We don't have to make too much of this right now, but let me let it run for like a minute. Take a quick break now instead of when I would usually take a break. But we'll be back and grab this. Alright, I'm back. Let's see how much this is. I think I also might need to get some black concrete too. Should still be a pretty decent amount. see. Might have to just chill here for a minute. Oh, it's not hooked up yet. I was like, there's no way it's no concrete. Oh, is that it? Yeah. Okay. Crazy amount. Should be enough to get started though. They're just all bunching up. Oh god, I'm being real inefficient about this. Okay. Oh, good. Wait, what? Uh-oh, something broken. No. Okay, weird. Okay, that's almost a shulker. That should be fine. Double chest of this. I might need to get another shulker of the white concrete. Like a small chance we have some over at the main island. Then I'll get the basic outline of the Proutle built. I kind of finally have an idea of what I want to do. So probably be a pretty big fog effect. I don't think I'm gonna finish this today. It's taking like an hour just to collect all the materials. But let's go. What was funny though is like when I started the channel, hardcore was still growing, like as a community, at least as far as like the content creation. And people were like way more genuinely impressed with that world than they are nowadays, which is so funny because that first world I worked on was pretty basic, honestly. I remember doing like my first big house that I thought was big. It's like not even, it's like nothing compared to the stuff I build nowadays. It's like seriously only like 20 by 30 blocks, and I'm like, wow, this is like a humongous house.
I don't like sand.
Booby.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, Ava, it's good to... Exercise is really good for you in a lot of different ways. Helps you sleep.
True love, true love, true love, true love.
Oh, we love you too, Ruby. Oh, why the fuck did I put these here? We'll see. Yeah, okay. I guess I might end up literally just having to break these and move them. This should be enough room though. These will get broken eventually. I gotta get all this shit out of here too. Be start by doing that. Then we'll put a oh, we need bacons too. Okay, sorry. There's probably not gonna be a whole lot of building that gets done today. Hey, the villagers let themselves out. Yeah, that's a great song. It's like one of my favorite songs I've ever heard in like the modern era. It was also, I'm pretty sure that was the guy's demo that he sent to record labels. It's called True Love by Tobias Gesso Jr. I'll play it on stream right now. It's a beautiful song. This probably won't even get copyrighted either because he's such a small artist. It's some of the best writing I've ever heard, and I'm like the biggest writing critic ever. Because I grew up on the Grateful Dead, so like if you don't got good lyrics, then who gives a shit about your music? Does all the time and just like dissect it, the writing and the lyrics. Yeah, what's cool about that too, I don't know if you guys noticed, but and I'm gonna have to listen to more of his stuff too. I've never really checked out any of his other music, but in the background you can hear like a low fuzz kind of noise, which is because he's recording in like not an ideal room, you know. But I bet that was just him like one night at his house with the piano and a microphone, and that was the demo that he sent out to people. It's my understanding, which is really cool. Because we actually, when I was first playing, we paid a guy who had like a little studio in our little college town, but he mixed it so quiet that we had to like pay this other engineer to try to remaster it so that like you could actually hear it, because like on full blast on any speakers or a phone or a computer, like you just couldn't hear it very well. The mix was good, like all the instruments sounded great and there wasn't any like background noise or anything. But then when I was like 22, we had saved up like 30 grand from playing shows, and we went and booked like this legendary Colorado studio where String Cheese recorded their first album, and we thought it was really cool that we were getting to do that because we were also a Colorado like jamgrass band, and they were like our heroes. So we got to do our first like real album at a insane studio. It's up in Boulder, Colorado in the mountains. Like it takes you like 45 minutes to drive up there, but the entire building was built to be a studio. So they use like special material for the foundation of the house. It's like, I call it a house, but all that's in there is a studio. I think the guy lives in like an apartment in it, but it's like this big like 2,000 square foot with like 30-foot vaulted ceilings, like house looking thing. And the roof at the top of the like 30-foot vaulted ceiling, the roof was like another like 20 feet tall, and it had all these like specially designed like wooden caverns in it to funnel the sound in a certain way. And we got just, I mean, it was like the best sound quality you can possibly imagine. The engineer was incredible. He actually helped me land my vocal parts, and it was just serendipitous because we had a gal in our band who was a really great singer, and her background was more in like orchestra stuff. She played viola, but she could rip like all the bluegrass melodies on the viola, and she was pretty talented improviser as well, so she just fit in with the vibe. And she wrote a little bit too, and I actually really liked a couple of her songs. But the sound engineer, we didn't have like a manager in studio with us or anything, or like we were young. I mean, like I was 22, one of our members was only 19, and everybody else was either 20 or 21. We had one member who was like 24, but we were just like a really young band, and we'd spent like 20 grand of our own money that we saved from playing gigs, and this guy like coached me through my vocal parts on my songs, and it's kind of weird because that's not really the sound engineer's role, and a lot of people could probably take it the wrong way. Like if you had an ego, a lot of musicians would probably be like, yeah, fuck off, dude, like I'll get it or whatever, but like, you know, I don't need your help or whatever. But I'm like the opposite. I'm like, nah, man, like you've got good ears too, like, you know, help me get there. And I'm not a very good singer, but I'm serviceable. And yeah, it was just cool. It's kind of funny though, because the longest process of the entire album, like the longest part we were stuck on for an extended period, was getting my vocal tracks. It was like an hour, and there are like 2 hours of just me, our viola player, and the sound engineer in there with me doing like take after take. And then what was really funny is that the final product on I think I only sang on one song on the album, but was like a bunch of spliced takes. I didn't have a single like start to finish take that was usable, so we just spliced from all of, like, each verse was its own take, which isn't really ideal because you're wasting time. Like, you really don't want to spend that kind of money on an album and then end up wasting time. But for us, like, the music part of it was just easy, and we were coming off like you also want to record an album when you're coming off a tour where you guys have been playing live a bunch and like have already done a lot of rehearsal for the material that you're currently playing. So we were in such a good position before like I ended up leaving though. We had all this other music that was road tested, and we actually were saving them for like we only did like a 5-song EP when we did the recording, and we were like saving material for what they call an LP, which is long play. Can't remember what. Oh, EP I think stands for extended play, just meaning that it's not a single or whatever. But the LP is like when you do like 10 to 12 songs or whatever. Well, I had a pretty bad exit from the band, and like at the time I was partying really hard and definitely like was an alcoholic, and had this really bad falling out with him, and I actually told him to like delete my portion of the record just because in our live show I had written like, we played about 22 original songs and I had written like 16 of them, and I made a mistake while I was drinking, and they didn't want to give me the opportunity to like clean up my act and like get better. Like, I was living with our banjo player, and one night, after living with him for a while, and he was like a really shitty roommate, I like kind of blacked out when he made like a real shitty comment to me, and just like sucker punched him and started like beating the shit out of him. And it was totally like not okay what I did, but I like quit drinking cold turkey the following day, and I was hoping that they'd give me the opportunity to like, you know, redeem myself and like, you know, get my shit together, but they didn't do that. So, and it was like literally losing a family member. Like, the band at that point literally meant everything to me, and I was like the main creative force for a long time. And the guy I got in a fight with, he had only recently joined the band, so it was like really hurtful that the group chose him over me. But at the same time, they're like, I mean, we can't kick him out when you did that. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. And they're like, and he also like isn't ever gonna want to be in a band with you again. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that too. But it was just a really shitty situation. And after that, I like didn't want them to get any help from my writing, so I regret it now. But basically told them to like take my shit off the album, and I didn't know they did this. This is the part that like kind of hurts more, is they went and redubbed like all my guitar parts, which was, I'm sure, an incredible fucking pain in the ass for them. So like at the time I was probably like would have been happy that they had to do that. But yeah, looking back, I definitely regret making him do that, because now I don't really have, I found a copy of the album, but it has all my parts overdubbed. I just, when I was younger, figured that I had a copy of the album like in my truck and that I'd always have it, but I don't think I have that CD anymore. So there's a bunch of live shows that I'm on though that are still recorded. I've shown that on stream quite a few times though. Oh, I don't let you do 3. No, I mean, like, I was just a really impatient young man. Like, I didn't realize at the time that I'd already made it a lot farther than most people do in music, and I felt like they were holding me back because we were all going to college at the time. But, like, our booking manager one year came to me because he kind of would talk to me about stuff, and then I would bring it to the band. And the fiddle player and I were like starting to really not get, or the viola player, the girl, were starting to really not get along because she didn't want to do rehearsal very often because she was studying engineering, and like she had this dream of being like an astronaut or working for NASA and being like a full-time touring musician. And it's kind of like, I don't think time-wise you could have both those dreams at the same time, you know? And that like created a lot of resentment, not only from me but from some other members of the band. And we were a 6-person band, and it's like really hard to keep bands together in general, and the more people you have, the harder it is. And then our mandolin player was like just trying to have the college experience and party. He didn't really want to do like rehearsal all the time. But then it was like 4 of the 6 of us were upset with each other for not wanting to do more rehearsal, and then like 3 of us were kind of upset at the other 3 for not wanting to kind of wrap up our commitments at school and like go on a fuller tour. So there's just a lot that went into it. But I really wish when I was younger I could have just like chilled out a little bit. And I just felt like once our manager told us that he could book like 100 nights a year, I was like, well, I want to do that. And we were like constantly passing up opportunities and like delaying that full big tour just to worry about our school shit. And it's like, not everybody even has the option to do tours like this. Like, if we can do this, like, let's go fucking do this. And then that like just put me in a bad headspace, and I was kind of drinking a lot and shit to like cope with not getting my way. And then me and the guy ended up getting in a fight with just like slowly deteriorating relationship. I think if I hadn't lived with him at the time, I don't think it would have happened. But I moved into this cool little house because it was where we practiced as well. But yeah, it's tough. Being in bands are difficult to keep together. I am grateful for the experiences though. Like, I've gotten to do a bunch of really cool shit. I got to play a set in front of like one of my all-time heroes, who actually was in a band with Jerry Garcia. So that was like fucking cool as fuck, because I'm
Oh,
a
hi, thanks for
massive
checking
Grateful
in.
Dead
I'm
fan.
still a piece of garbage.
Lazy, what's up? And Bohakar's welcome in. Sorry, I was doing story time from College Zoo, Rockstar Zoo. I also got
You
to
truly are despicable, brother. I will not trust your lie.
I also got to play like a pretty big festival in my hometown, which was really cool, because that's like a totally earned experience. There's no way like you could get on a stage like that without having like done the work to get there. We like won a band competition playing in front of one of my other heroes, which was really cool. And then got to like headline theaters on occasion and do like an actual, like, I got to go on like a 20 show tour around the surrounding states and region, playing a bunch of different cities and stuff. What sucks is like I got kicked out as we were like really making it. But I'll always be like so grateful that I got to actually go to a studio and record like a real ass album. Like that kind of an experience is just not something every band gets to do. Most guys who are even in like hobby bands are probably like good enough to play on the road, but it just has to be a perfect storm of like people that are skilled enough, but also that you can get along with, and also that have something original to offer. So it's just, it's a whole thing. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed story time. What I also think I missed out on in life was the opportunity to be a like a genuinely be a producer, kind of more in the old school sense where you work at a record label and you work with the bands to get like the sound that they are looking for. Story time with the Zoo Man. Yeah, I got some really cool experiences back then. And I mean, like, got to experience some rockstar shit. Like, one year we played in Telluride and the venue provided a townhouse for us, which was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, literally, like, where we stayed that night, they just gave us a key and the address, and we, like, show up, and it's like a nice ass, like, multi-million-dollar townhouse in, like, Telluride resort area. It's like, oh my God. It's like a really big ski resort down here, but it's like real ritzy and like real fancy. And the guy like took us to dinner before the show and stuff too. It was so fucking cool. But at that show too, like the full on rock star experience, like some random local drug dealer was at the bar and asked if he could hang out with us in the green room, and we're like, I don't know, man. Like, people do that shit all the time. And the bartender and venue guy was like, nah, like, trust me, you want to let him come hang out with you. And we're like, okay, whatever. And the dude just walks in and like dumps a bag of cocaine out on the table and is like, have fun, guys. And it's like, I got to do some of it. Wasn't super often that like crazy rock star shit like that would happen, but I got to do some of those kind of nights where it's like full on unadulterated like partying with no consequences, and like that's just the best shit ever. And from a veteran of the road, if you are ever gonna fuck around with shit like that, well, just first of all, don't nowadays because of like fentanyl. It's just so dangerous nowadays to even do it. Like back when I was on tour, like fentanyl wasn't a thing. I mean, it was a thing. It wasn't like in the drug world. Like nobody had to worry about experimenting with a drug and fucking dying over it. But if you are ever gonna do that kind of shit, just don't buy it. People want to share it with you, that's fine. But once you start buying it for yourself, is when you end up getting addicted and shit. And only people should only be doing that if they like are a rock star to begin with. Like, it's not really worth it to even do it to like go out to a bar and fucking do coke. I was also what I used to classify as a drug enthusiast, meaning that like one of my goals was to experiment but do it safely and like be knowledgeable about it and know what to look for in case something went wrong. I don't feel like a lot of people take the extra care to try to do it safely or try to avoid it ending up being too big a part of their life. But that being said, I definitely had a bit of an issue with being too loose with alcohol. But I'll conclude story time there with the responsible consumption of cocaine. And this is also a drug-free podcast. All right. As I hit the pen, now I was actually grabbing my coffee, but no, I think back before like drugs got that dangerous, I think that, you know, part of a complete life could have been a brief period of getting loose with trying stuff and whatnot, but I just think it's so risky for a lot of people that they will end up, you know, getting too involved with it. Or like with me, I don't think my back would have ever gotten as hurt. This one night in particular, when I was getting all fucked up, I had fallen. It was more from like a snowboarding thing, but certainly this one night didn't help at all. I actually personally think that like alcohol is by far the most destructive of all the substances that you could be doing. So I don't think people should be most careful with that over anything else. Also because it's like legal and people don't really treat it like it's has that power, you know? It's like so casual and people are so casual about it that I think that, you know, it's real easy to end up taking it way too far. But I do think that there's like a responsible way to have fun and have those experiences without it being a huge negative force in your life or turning into something like dire. But and another just way to look at it, I think, in general. Yeah, and like my dad was in AA and recovery and whatnot, and definitely not for everybody. I don't really drink anymore either. I'll have like a glass of wine at a fancy dinner, or, you know, doesn't really happen too often anymore. And with how my back is now, I don't know that it'll happen much anymore at all. But over the last like 8 or 9 years, I've made it where if I'm going out to play a show, I'll have beers while I'm playing, and I can do that responsibly. But I used to just like go and get fucking turned up and be super reckless about it, and basically just start drinking at like, you know, whatever, 4 or 5 when you're going out, and not stop until you pass out later. It was hard though. I mean, when you are a musician and getting paid and having free bar tabs and everything, it's hard to not indulge a little bit. But that being said, I was definitely way too reckless before then anyway. When I was like 19, 20, and 21, I used to think it was like really, really cool to just drink as much as you possibly could while you're out with your friends and stuff. And that really isn't cool. Just in America, since we have such a higher drinking age, I think that actually is counterproductive, because I did go to Europe at one point, and it was like a hockey trip where we would hang out with the other kids from the team we played afterwards. And when we were in Sweden, we were asking about it because Sweden had like the most kids that could also speak English. The Czech players actually didn't even want to hang out with us afterwards because we got kind of chippy during the game. And then we played with this Russian team when we went to Russia, but I don't think any of the players spoke English, so we played that trip. And the Swedish kids were telling us, like, you know, we're like, oh, like, yeah, you guys like party and play beer pong and shit, and they're just like, no, like, it's not really in society there. It's not really, like, really romanticized, like, the partying, you know. They told us, like, people honestly kind of think you're, like, a fucking loser if you're a partier there. And you're kind of, like, ostracized from society. You know, like, there are times and places where they'll party, but at least when I was, like, in high school, it was, like, it was, you know, like, the super bad experience. Like, people thought it was, like, cool to fucking party. And I guess just in Europe, they don't really look at it that way, which is way better, honestly. Because me and my friends in high school just thought, like, partying was, like, the coolest fucking thing ever. Mostly just because, like, once you would start drinking and you had a bunch of people that you really enjoyed being around, like, loosened you up to have even funnier, goofier experiences and whatnot. And there can be a time and place for that, but I think generally the amount of nights you want to spend in your life doing that should not be that many, is how I look at it nowadays. And so much so that people have a really hard time growing out of that. I still have friends who we're now in our, like, getting close to our mid-30s who have been just hitting the bars hard every weekend and every night they can for, like, freaking 15 years now. It's like, bro, like, fucking grow up, you know? But yeah, that's my zoo spiel for partying. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, I think I have pretty good coverage here. Let me actually add haste as well. I think today will mostly be getting prepped for this, and I'll try and do the outline before I hop off, but it's going to be a bit shorter stream today. I think I can get on earlier tomorrow. I just had a bit of a rough couple pain days and just got my meds again, so I'll be feeling a lot better when I can just start from feeling better tomorrow. This is good though. This is a lot of busy work that I was gonna have to do before we got started. We'll see. Maybe it starts to go fast and I can whip it all up today, but I don't think so. Also, I missed the log somewhere in here. It's starting to bother me. You're gonna have to come down here, buddy. Where's the frickin' log? Oh, there it is. I should also say, too, after telling all those stories, that I don't think outside the context of being a musician that kind of shit is healthy at all. Like, music, you can't really avoid it, and one of the things I think that's cool about being a rock star is that you're living a lifestyle that allows you to do that. Like, I don't think if you're working like a day job, you should ever really be partying that hard. It's just, it's risky. Like, you could end up getting hurt or doing something real fucking stupid, or, you know, there's just a lot that can go wrong if you end up doing stuff like that. So I don't generally recommend it, and I think that as a musician, especially once you start actually making money, you're just in environments that are more conducive to doing that kind of shit. So anybody who might listen to this and be like, oh yeah, Zeus says I should go out and, like, do drugs and shit, I'm not really saying that. I'm just saying that if that's something you're interested in, there's ways to do it that are responsible. Mainly, like, being around people you trust that are going to take care of you if something bad happens and shit like that too. And understanding that you ought not to be like, oh, I can go out and do whatever I want while I'm doing this, because that is absolutely not true. Alright, let me build the throttle here, and then we'll start setting up the build. Beans, welcome in. You missed it. I just told the history of Zoo being a party animal. I can't really decide if I want this at ground level or I'll put it up like a block. Oh my god, that scared me. Oh god, how tall should we make this? Oh shoot, how much was that? 14, I think. Oh no, there's no way I'm gonna mine down to count that again. Hold on, it's obsidian. Let me get an easier to mine block real quick. You missed tea time? Yeah, it's fine. I can tell you about it. Okay, that's 16. Right? Yeah, I want the top here though. Actually, let me just, this will be faster. I was gonna bridge across and then come back to get that out, but yeah, I don't think anybody else in chat watches White Lotus Beans, but I'm still freaking out about it. So good. So crazy. I really wish this could be faced the other direction, but I don't know if you can do that. I'd also have to... I should have thought about that. Damn it, I kind of want to redo it, though. Let me go sleep. Because when you're looking over to these builds, it's kind of situated more along this, and then that's just going to be, like, parallel with it. Kind of like you to look at and see the portal, but... yeah, I'm going to change it. Shit, we're going to have to mine all the obsidian up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what... that's like the worst part about... Up until like basically last year, I was such a fiend just for like good TV and stuff that whatever was new at the time on like all the different platforms I would be watching. Actually, I don't think I want to make it this chunky because then we're going to have to make the fog effect way bigger. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I have to mine all this up. Won't take too long with haste. Oof, I shouldn't have done this. I'm gonna make it a little thinner too. But when I was really a fiend for watching TV, there's like usually in the springtime is when they have like the big run. So there'll be like maybe 1 to 3 shows on each platform that is really awesome. And then you go through like that beginning part of the summer where there's like no new seasons of any new shows. And it's like, oh, this sucks. Right, I've never watched The Sopranos. I'm sure I'd like it because I went back and watched The Wire in college. My friend showed me Game of Thrones and The Wire, and he's like, no, like, The Wire's still worth watching. If you haven't seen The Wire, you should watch that shit. Still fucking awesome. I rewatched it, not too many years ago. It still plays, like, just as well as it did back then, too. It's one of the most solid TV shows ever. They also, Beans, have this show called We Own the City. I don't know if you've seen that yet. That shit's really good. Basically, all their stuff's really good, though. Deadwood is solid. Yeah, The Wire's fucking awesome. Omar. So fucking iconic. Oh, good, I marked the middle. There's a decent chance if I ever see something super cool with portals, I come back and change this, but it's just going to be basically just a nicer portal area. Alright. Let me get rid of this too, sorry about that. Also, Joker, congratulations. You're now a moderator. Oh, wait. I should be doing this as 4. You'll just have like some more tools, like you can click on messages and delete them if it's something that you know I'm not going to want in the chat, or if we get any of those art or scam bots, you can click on their name and ban them. If I add other controls to the stream too, I can allow you to do other things, I think. But I really just need you to help out if there's ever... I should probably go over like what I consider stuff that I want to be deleted. So it's not necessarily like if somebody's ever like rude, I'll make that determination. But obviously, like any bigotry, I don't want in there. That kind of stuff. That's like the main one. All right, let's do these like. I do like the 15 block idea though. I hadn't done it yet because it's kind of lame if you have a bunch of regulars in your stream, but they're all moderators. Does it really look like you're really a real boy, a real streamer? Not that I care too much, but I was just so happy to have a real viewer for the first time in quite a while that I didn't want to mod you. But you've shown some real commitment, and it helps me out a lot to always have someone who also has controls in case I'm busy doing something important in stream, or like the bots are really the ones that what I'd like you to do is just ban them. If you see the bots that spam the cheap viewers here, the shit like that, where they're clearly bots. And then also the bigotry stuff. I have pretty good mod controls for like those messages not being able to be posted anyway, but people do like workarounds by using different characters or whatnot, like numbers and shit like that. What I really need to do also is mod Ava on YouTube to help me out, because I need someone on YouTube more often. Anyway, let's light this and make sure it goes where it needs to. If this makes a new portal, oh, let's not do that. I'll send you like a DM of more explicit instructions though. Oh, beautiful. I was a little worried that if you tilt it to the opposite orientation, like perpendicular, that it wouldn't work. That's gonna be a lot better though. That being said though, like if somebody expresses a shitty opinion but it doesn't have like specifically hate speech or anything, like I'd rather address that in case I want to actually make a point or something, but because I think sometimes education is better than just banning somebody. But yeah, the bigotry stuff like slurs are the one thing that's zero tolerance. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think we do 19. That's 37 block radius. Mark this out over here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Welcome back to Counting with Z. On today's episode, we're counting to 19. Okay. Oh well, so used to there being that giant outdoor villager pen over here. I should probably replant some of this. Just to have another area that I frequent. Let's set that up near the trade hall. I take a lot of ground out of here though. This shouldn't be too bad because I'm so OP nowadays. Oh, I need a bed. But we gotta go down. What is it? It's like 15 layers. I'm gonna go count it at the other base. I did 30 layers that one time and that was way too much. Or super unnecessary. I'm gonna build this circle real quick with the trusty circle generator and then we'll start taking some blocks out, but we're gonna do the fog effect right here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold on. Zoo thinking. I actually want to move this up a little bit. So, sorry. How many blocks do I want to move it up though? Hold on. Deliberating. No, this is fine. No, it's not. I want it to be perfect. I'm just thinking of the design. I think it would be cool if the throttle part could be raised up a little bit from whatchamacallit. We're just gonna go up. No, fog effect is gonna start on that part. Oh, fuck. Also, is this big enough circle around it? Might want to go a tad bigger. Move this up too. This will be a little easier way to do this part. Oh. Bro, get out of here. I really don't want to put in any effort to getting these villagers out of here, so they might end up... Oh, they can't be at the bottom now. It's like they might end up just living at the bottom of this hole. But no, we're gonna have to get them out of here somehow. Ugh, so annoying. So much extra work. I'll worry about that here in a bit, though. This has got to go out a little bit as well. We'll go 20, 21, 22, 23. Twenty, 21, 22, 23. God damn it. about that later. 20, 21, 22, 22. Measure twice, cut once, you know. 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. Alright, let me pull up the circle generator. Something besides a circle, like a big flower shape. Would be easiest to do the fog effect as like a big circle. I can do that on a different flower shape would be pretty sweet actually. I don't know how to do that stuff though. And I'm doing it with crying obsidian, so we'll do that on another one where I'm not using crying obsidian. Just because if I make mistakes, it'll be a lot harder to go back and fix and take a lot longer. I don't know if you're still here, Beans, but you might find this pretty interesting. This is how we make circles in Minecraft. This should be pretty painful. It always is. I always usually fuck up like one part and then spend like 20 minutes trying to fix it. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm not used to building like that, but this is a good idea. Oh, right. If I make this symmetrical, it's not gonna be able to be an odd number. Let me just see what it does with 47. Oh, actually, that works out well because I'm a fucking idiot and wasn't counting the middle block anyway, so this is correct. For 47. I was about to make a big boo boo. Yeah, thank you. It takes a village. It's just so much easier too, because when it's an odd number, somehow the circles end up being arranged with like the 2 block configuration instead of the 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 5, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay. 5, 3, 3, 2. Two, 3. 3 twos. This is how I look at this. And then 3, 2, 3, 3, 5. Okay, this one's not that bad. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2. First try. Beautiful. Big enough. Yeah, it's big enough. Honestly, I kind of want it to be bigger, but it's fine. 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5. Oh, nope. That last set of numbers, you had it wrong. Alright, cool. Vibes. Now I can really just start. I need the sponge. Oh, I probably need some sand as well. I'm gonna go grab some sand for that. But yeah, it'll be pretty straightforward from here. Now I just need to go down X amount of blocks and start putting in a whole ton of glass. Oh, I need to light this too so I can go places, do things. Yeah, I planned on that. Oh, I got a whole thing going. There's gonna be some pillars that have this kind of design to them. The swirly bits. And then there will be like a kind of domed, like, you know, whatever looking thing, like kind of Roman or Greek, like spire kind of looking thing over it. Which I might do like a small version of the fog effect if I can figure out a way to do that. No, I know. I appreciate it. I think I've said before that don't ever take it personally if I don't incorporate a suggestion, because it makes it even more special when I end up doing it. There was something you said recently that I wouldn't have thought of that I added to the build, and it helped a lot. I can't really remember what that was, but okay, good. Ooh, would actually be super epic, and I can do this after we finish this and move those chests to do this water effect in an even bigger circle around it. We'll go start getting this water moved out though. This will be a good start today. I can't be on for too much longer, but tomorrow I can breeze straight through this. I just got a little demoralized this week as well, because for a while, as long as I was releasing shorts, the YouTube channel was growing pretty consistently. And even though I'm getting a similar amount of views the last couple weeks, we haven't been getting very many new subs. I'm so close to the 1,000, but it made me need to take a break for a couple days from this. Oh, I need a fucking bed, too. I don't know where I keep losing my bed, too. I had a red one, so I wasn't losing it. It might be in the trade hall. I don't want to move this thing, because this is where I like to spawn when we come back here. It's so funny. There are, I think, 4 different auto sorters for concrete or concrete powder. These are the different areas I've started to use it. And for some reason I put one in the trading hall, which will be nice as we're doing more builds in this area. But totally unnecessary. Okay, let me bring this part down. Purple, because that's what we'll need on this side for it to look proper. This will help me drain stuff. Right? Oh, let me get, this helmet doesn't even have respiration on it. I'm glad that I left that on though when I was doing the highway, because I would have forgot and died to a normal pig with a sword and been real sad. Yeah, I think we're going to work over in this area, adding builds around the spawn area until I think of the next mega build. On 420, I'd like to do something a little special, but I think I can do it all in one stream. I just have to make enough glass ahead of time and concrete. Because we're going to do another holiday build, and I guess it probably will go over here. I was maybe going to go put it in like a random ass field or something, but I don't think it's too cheeky. There's also a pretty good chance I might struggle to land that plane, so it might be better to do it somewhere away from spawn. Do what we've done the last couple years too, since it's only a couple weeks away. Kind of explain that, but I'll go to the dispensary and get some flour, and there will be a 420 point redeem to do that. And for that one, I am gonna do the standing and sitting up setup instead of the lay down one, so I should be on camera the whole time for that stream. Do I ever watch Stoner Gump? I've actually never heard of that. My weed movie when I was getting into it was Half Baked. I've seen that probably 200 times because I had it on VHS and DVD. Back when we were still using VHS. I had this like pretty cool older TV that was like it was like a 20-inch TV, but it had a like a VCR and a DVD player built into it. I can't remember where we got it. I think my brother found it at like a garage sale or something. We didn't pay very much for it either. And when he got old enough and left home, it just ended up in my room. But I would put on Half Baked like on a regular basis. That was when I was like first starting to smoke though. For a while I could like basically quote that from start to finish though. Abba Zabba, you my only friend. Maybe I'll maybe look that up. No promises, but I actually find the I'm sure this is probably what I'm inferring, that he probably makes fun of stoners and everything, but I actually hate that like outwardly like kind of like stoner shit, so okay. Like the Brian character in Half Baked, I like cannot stand people like that. That being said, I was probably similar to that when I was first getting into it. You grew up with Cheech and Chong. Yeah, I've seen a fair amount of Cheech and Chong. I also had watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle a whole bunch when I was first getting into it. What are you? You the king of the bush? Is this your special bush? That's like a super obscure part of the movie too. Was that guy's name Jamie Kennedy? They like pull over to take a piss, and this guy just walks up out of nowhere. Like starts getting offended that like just a random guy walks out of nowhere and like starts having a piss next to him, and they're like out on some like county road. It's so fucking funny. And then he gets like offended that the guy's like weirded out at first. Have you ever seen either of those movies, Joker? I would say Harold and Kumar is pretty fun, but Half Baked is definitely mandatory reading. Half Baked is awesome. It's like a Dave Chappelle movie. Back when he was like first getting started, I think they made it right after his first big special, if I'm not mistaken. I would say it's pretty enjoyable, like as a comedy too. I think it's probably one of the only stoner comedies that works pretty well as a comedy too. I think the majority of them are just like so dumb that they're not that strong a movie. Harold and Kumar works pretty well as like a buddy adventure comedy though. Happy welcome in. Hello. I modded Joker finally on Twitch so she could help out with the bot accounts. We had a ceremony where I said, congratulations. Don't fucks with the lightning. Abby also missed probably one of my more in-depth talking about being a rock star. I think you've heard most of it anyway in parts, but kind of laid out. I don't know if I've ever gone into that much detail about how I got kicked out, though. I think I just briefly mentioned that I did something dumb drunk and got kicked out. But you missed a all-time zoo story time. Excellent, she's earned it, absolutely. I just don't want my chat to only be mod chat, but that doesn't really mean that I shouldn't mod somebody who deserves it, but also would be real good at it. I'm not modding any more regular viewers, though. As long as one of you are in chat most of the time. Can't just only have moderators watching me. I'll show you a fair share. Okay, let's get some of this sand out of here. I didn't expect to see Happy today because I figured he thought I'd be doing Elden Ring again. Which I really wanted to do. But it's time to get back to doing some Minecraft. Where was that sand? I haven't got some. Oh, still in my pocket. So I don't need this boat on me. This shouldn't be too bad. Like, I can sponge all of this without separating it. This little area needs some separation though. Gotta keep them separated, etc. Sure y'all know the Offspring song that has that in it. Gotta keep them separated. Oh, this wasn't too bad. It was just 2 channels. Okay. Fun fact, that song is actually about draining water in Minecraft. Just filled in with sand completely. That's what she said. Oh shoot, zoo can't count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should be fine. This wasn't bad at all. Worked out really well, actually. As long as I have the sponge still. Oh, nope, that's over at the melon farm. Let's go grab that. I really need to spend a day going around to some more monuments to get some more sponge too. We really don't have very much. On the last world, at one point, I think I had 7 or 8 stacks, which was awesome. But that took several streams of, oh, let me drop all this sand off too. That took several streams of doing nothing but hunting monuments. To get like 8 or 9 stacks of sponge, you have to hit like 20 of those things. It's crazy. I remember at one point back then doing like an entire week of raiding monuments. I'll show you sandstone. I actually haven't been flying around the Nether at all since I finished this. It's great. I like this one a lot too. Very chill vibes. Oh, you know what? It's probably a little bit less to go this way. I don't believe you. Oh, straight up. Oh, I could use this still. Let's bring this back with me. Damn, I still have 21 of those things. Sure, I could get another heavy core. I'm like so afraid to lose the mace on accident that I don't ever keep it anywhere accessible. Oh, I still gotta wrap up the edge of this. I just didn't wanna... I wanted to move on to something else, but we're gonna be coming back to the melon village here soon. I gotta get this shit out of here too. I forgot about that. Yeah, I only have 2.5 stacks of sponge. Grab this bed too. Okay. I also really want to alter the castle to where I put the main cylinder going up. I'd like to remove the roof and keep going up with the stone. Oh, I almost flew back. Yeah, it's probably one of the funnier comments ever, though. Happy complaining about me spending like 20 hours building nether highways, saying that it's just filler content and that I'm literally making highways that I'm never going to use. It's so accurate. We're using them.
I don't like sand. It's coarse
Saggy, welcome
and
in.
rough and irritating, and it gets
Hey, John.
everywhere.
Oh, whoops. Thought there was blocks there. Day's been pretty good. Got all the stuffs and things worked out. I'm not a salesman at our job, but my mom's gonna buy one of the systems that we installed, so I still get the payment from us. We get a certain amount of money if we get a lead that gets a proposal, or if we get a lead that gets a proposal and signs a contract. So I'm gonna get a good little bit of money, but we're gonna get a solar system, which would be pretty cool. And then down the line, if I'm still living here for a while, like for the long haul, if I decide to settle down here, I'll probably get batteries for it too, which would be really cool, because then I could literally tell the grid operator to go fuck themselves forever. But yeah, pretty good day. That's the business you want to get in to make some money, though. Just being executive at a fucking power company. Not even like the like those dudes literally just get to act like a cartel. It's insane. They can on a dime just be like, yeah, we're gonna charge you more because we fucking feel like it. So we're getting out from under that forever, which is exciting. I don't know if they do this where you guys live, like Saggy and Happy. Here though, the power company charges everybody more during what they call peak usage, as if like, I mean, like, being in the industry a little bit, like, I do understand that there is like more pull on certain equipment when everybody's using it, but it's like total bullshit. Like, they don't have to do that. It's not like an actual issue. They just use a bullshit reason like that to be like, oh yeah, now we're gonna charge you all more during the hours of, for us it's 4 to 9 p.m. So like when you would get off work and be home and like using the fucking appliances that use energy in your house. So like all day you get charged one rate, and then as soon as it gets to the time of day everybody uses their shit, they're like, we're just gonna charge everybody more during these hours. Fucking ridiculous. That doesn't happen for you? Oh, dude, that bothers me so much. I thought that that was like a scam that they do all over the country. But yeah, that's kind of the reason I was pushing for my mom to get it. It's called tyranny. Well, yeah, that's my whole fucking point, is that like the grid operators get to do shit that ought to be illegal. Like, I don't really know how you would regulate that, but it's fucking horseshit that they're allowed to just do that. And it's not like I can be like, okay, well, I'll take my money elsewhere. Like, they have all these built-in monopolies. It's really fucked up. Maybe in bigger cities there would be an option, but you're basically just stuck with wherever you buy your house, that grid operator basically gets to do whatever the fuck they want. I don't really think there's any natural competition for that because they like own the infrastructure. It's really fucked up, but that's like the big reason we were deciding to do it, just so that we didn't have to ever be in that position again. Yeah, no, it's really fucked up. I was saying at the beginning of the stream that it took people in Minnesota, they like sued the Public Utility Commission, and it took them like years because of some shady business practices for them to like actually settle the case. And you have to have a lot of like, it's complicated to even get to that stage because you have to find like a bunch of the residents to like come together to want to do that together. It's not exactly like easy to organize like that. Yeah, total bunch of bullshit. I figured if they were doing it here that most grid operators are probably trying to do it everywhere, but that pisses me off even more that the first person I ask in stream says no, they don't do that. Where do I live that they still do that? The 70s? No, that's my point too, is that they're not doing it. It's not legitimate that they say the reason they use is like the equipment is old and the infrastructure is old, but they're not legally required to upgrade the infrastructure. And they're also full of shit because like the company I work for like does solar installs. So like our engineer has to like look at a bunch of shit and he actually knows like what he's looking at when they're telling him like, oh, this transformer or this feeder or this substation like can't handle that or whatever, and it's just like total fucking bullshit. No, yeah, I mean here too, like we don't live in like a super tiny city. It's like big enough, but because they have a monopoly on it, we don't really have a lot of resource. And trust me, like one of the smaller towns in this city, they have this old feeder, so like certain people who want solar aren't allowed to get it because that's actually one of the situations where it is legitimate that the equipment is too old, but the town is like, or people in the town have multiple times like come together to try to get it changed, but there's just not really like the Public Utility Commission is supposed to be the like regulator, and they just don't really do what they're supposed to. Sorry, this stuff is super dense and probably boring, but I just find it fucking fascinating and ridiculous. But that's what I was saying too, like, had I known when I was growing up, I would have tried to, like, get a job in that. Like, you have that kind of power in a monopoly, like, probably make so much fucking money towards the top. But what's really cool is that, one of the things my company was trying to do is, build like what's called a community solar bank so that we could subsidize some of the lower income households with like a bigger solar array, like a 500 panel array that would sit. Basically for a couple months my job was to, when I had time in between doing my other responsibilities with the properties, but oh my god, definitely should have hit that guy. Yeah, anyway. Pretty crazy that they can do shit like that. They give you an option to opt out of it if you want, but then they'll charge you a higher base rate. Fucking crazy though. Bro, it's so beautiful. But y'all have seen the Minecraft movie yet? I'm not really too comfortable in theaters with my back, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna go do it, but I really want to see it. I'm probably gonna end up waiting till I can just rent it at home, but I want to know what you guys think if you've seen it yet. Oh, I really ought to be doing that with the purple concrete. This is gonna take a minute too. I don't know if I'll go single layer by single layer. Oh, what I should be doing though is replacing those blocks as I'm going down rather than having to bridge back up with them. Let me grab some purple concrete. I'm not gonna finish this today, but it'll be a good start. It'd be cool to try to do a spiral with different colors as the fog effect. Like instead of just one color. Oh, I think I want to try that. I think I could do it with blue and purple. We'll do the zigzag fog effect. That'll be sick. Oh, go this weekend with your bestie and your kids. Sounds nice. Oh, that's a shulker box. Whoops. Yeah, it's kind of funny. My boss, his daughter's like all into it. She's like 10 or 11, I think. And I think she's on the spectrum. I don't mean that as an insult, obviously. She just has some of those like more awkward stuff, and seems like she reacts to sensory stuff a little bit different than other kids. But she's a really sweet kid, and one day he literally, like, while I was on the clock, had me sit down while she had her Switch there and do some Minecraft stuff with her. It's hilarious. No, not even like awkwardly social, like just at least when I was playing with her, just the sensory stuff and the reactions was what made me think that more than anything. And the only reason I say that is because this woman I dated for a while, her son was autistic, and when I would play Minecraft with him, he was pretty similar. And I think people like have a big misunderstanding of that. Like, it's not a deficiency necessarily, like for intellect. It's just they react to stuff differently. Oh, you do? Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm on the spectrum. It would explain, like, why socializing in college was, like, a bit tough for me. I didn't do very well in crowds. I'm also, like, pretty bad at picking up on social cues as well. I don't know if there's, like, what degree you could have it, if it could be, like, more mild or not, but that's really sweet, Joker. It's very admirable, too. Yeah, a woman I dated whose son was on the spectrum, he was just like so quiet all the time, but then every once in a while he would have these like real joyous episodes where he would be super talkative or get fixated on like some silly thing, and a lot of times he would like write his own little songs, which was pretty funny. He's clearly, like, intelligent, though. Yeah, I thought it was like more just like standard anxiety, but as I've gotten older, I've kind of started to realize like maybe it wasn't because it could still just be like standard anxiety, but looking back, it felt like, or maybe just a sensitivity to like one specific sensory thing, like being around a lot of people, which doesn't make a lot of sense because I'd be like playing music on stage and feel fine, but if I went to like a house party with like a couple dozen people, I'd feel really, really uncomfortable. Yeah, so maybe that is kind of what it was. Oh, did I actually do the water over here? Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think also maybe since I like kind of grew up being like a jock and a popular kid and like people weren't really getting diagnosed when I was younger. Like when I was younger, for somebody to get a diagnosis, it would be like a huge part of their, or a huge challenge for them. Like definitely not more mild cases getting diagnosed or anything. I just have recently realized that I feel like potentially I was, even though like clearly intelligent, I think that helps mask it quite a bit. And just growing up, having a lot of friends and stuff, I think socially kind of awkward, but I also am like not. It really just depends. But just as I've gotten older, thinking about it, it kind of would like explain certain things in my life. But I also feel like it's equally as possible that maybe I just had social anxiety. Because like Mission has been diagnosed, and I'm pretty sure Abby said that she's been diagnosed as well. I could be wrong on that, but once you know it about Mission, it like makes a lot more sense. But he still has like pretty good social awareness and stuff. Yeah, that's the woman I did. Her son was very nonverbal. Like freaked her out for a lot of years, but they finally got a diagnosis like in the last couple years. But that's good because then you can like understand strategies to have it not affect your life as much. Yeah, and like kind of like with Mission, it's like once you learn that about him, it makes his personality make more sense, you know. But I don't know if they speak of it in this way, Joker, and it's probably kind of implies, like I said, a deficiency, even though it's not. But obviously, some people function higher with it socially and whatnot. Like I would say, Mission's like very high functioning to where you can still tell, and like if I were to be diagnosed, I would say that I would be at like the very extreme spectrum of functioning with it, you know? Whereas, like, you see, like, Rodney Mullen or somebody like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, clearly his brain works differently than other people's. Yeah, I feel more like a Rodney Mullen than anything, but even him, I'm not as awkward as he is. I like Rodney Mullen as an example just because he's so fucking cool as well, but just brains work different, you know? Yeah, exactly. Just different. Since I've hurt my back, like, I've experienced, like, a lot of people aren't even intentionally trying to do it either. It's just like, because also oftentimes people aren't really even aware in like my day-to-day life, but like having some sort of diminishment or challenge in your life is definitely tough. And most people are great about it. Like if I'm ever like out doing something or at work and I'm like, hey, can you like pick this up for me or something like that, people are usually really great about that. Or if I have like a customer and they need something, I'm like, I would totally grab this and put it in your car, but I can't or whatever. Like when I worked in hotels, I'd be like, I have a bad back, I can't grab your luggage, otherwise I totally would. But I've grown more of an appreciation for just people who have different stuff that they have to deal with in their life. When you're like all healthy and don't got nothing wrong with you, it's like real easy to not have awareness of that kind of stuff. Zoo the invalid, exactly. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a grind though. It's a pretty big area. Let me see what time it is. Oh shit, I gotta wrap up though. It's a little late for me tonight. I don't think I'm gonna get to edit tonight. That's alright though. Yeah, I gotta wrap up here. Wish I could stay on a bit longer today. I'll definitely be able to finish this tomorrow though, or probably be able to finish most of the fog effect at least. Also, it doesn't need to go down too much farther than that. I would say probably like another 10 blocks or so. I'll verify that. Nice. Yeah, it was fun. Been wanting to upgrade this portal for quite a long time now, so I'm glad I just hopped in and got to it. I've avoided doing this on other streams because I didn't think it would be that cool of a build, but I think this would be pretty awesome. So, go say hi to Merc on Twitch. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. I fucked up going so late though, because I'm not going to get to edit Melon City tonight. But love you guys. See you soon. Goodbye.